So I just bought this King Cobra Reflex bag. I think it's called a Cobra Reflex bag, but it's kind of like a floor to ceiling. And it's like there's a bar, like a spring bar that you attach to the base. And at the top of it has it's like a ball, right? Like a floor to ceiling ball. Or a speed ball even. But it's pretty much a floor to ceiling ball where you don't need to screw anything to the ground and you don't need to screw anything to the ceiling. The thing about this base is you got to make it heavy so when you hit it, it doesn't rattle around everywhere. And you can fill it up with water, but the other option is to fill it up with sand so that's a bit more sturdy. And I sat here for I decided to just fill it up with sand. So I went to Bunnings and I bought a couple of bags of 20 kilogram coarse sand for landscaping. And I said to my missus, I go, if I buy a bunch of sand and I don't use it all, will you use it for, our yard? And she was like, yeah, go on. So I went ahead, bought it, and I didn't realize how small this hole was going to be. So I was out here for about almost 2 hours last night trying to figure out the best way. What I did was the first thing I did was I cut this little thing and I had it like this. So I had this like as a bit of a funnel on top and I was trying to pour the sand in, but because the sand was a bit wet, I had to try and figure out a way to get it through, and it kept piling up and I had to keep poking a hole in it. And I think after about an hour, I figured out that the system I just got another bottle, cut the bottom off it, and I was just doing things like this. I was just shaking it in and just using my fingers to push it in. And, at first I was like, no, I'll get this done within 20 minutes. I'll fill it up in 20 minutes. It'll be simple. Until I started, I was like, this is going to take forever. But in a way, it was kind of really nice to just sit down and methodically go through and try to problem solve and figure out the best way to do it and not try to rush through it, you know what I mean? Like, because I was so keen last night. I was like, yep, I've got a couple hours. I'm gonna set this up and I'm gonna get a session in. It's gonna be all sweet. But that was not the case at all. I was out here for almost 2 hours trying to figure it out. And I could have easily turned around and went, you know what, I'll just fill it up with water. But I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because I wanted to do it properly. But it got me thinking, it's like, it was really nice just to have the time to just figure it out. Just sit here and figure it out. And it's tedious, man. Look at me, I'm sitting here. I'm just shaking this thing in here, pushing the sand in a little bit at a time, right? And I've got to use my other hand to make sure that, like, this is how slow it is. And most of my life, I feel like, and most of our lives, we're kind of just trying to go as fast as possible. Just get it done as quick as possible in the most efficient way as possible. But I realized last night when I was doing this, I was like, this is kind of therapeutic. This is kind of just slow. I didn't even have, like, normally I'll have a podcast on or music on or something, but I didn't have anything on. I just had this shaking, this bottle shaking, creating a bit of a rhythm, and just focusing on pushing the sand in the hole. And I did that for, almost 2 hours, and I've been out here for about another, I don't know, probably about another 40 minutes. And yeah, I'm not even trying to rush it. I'm just taking my time, and it's kind of nice. It's a really mundane task, and it is very tedious. But, I sort of decided to shift my thinking and just embrace it. Embrace the boringness of it. Just embrace how boring it is and just sit here and just do it. It's kind of nice. Not gonna lie, I must be getting old. But yeah, man, it just goes to show everything in my life. I just feel like I'm trying to rush through it and get to the next thing and get to the next thing. And that's been most of my life. And only recently have I decided to slow down and just, when they say slow down, it's like, what does that even mean? Does that mean do less? You know what I mean? But I think it just means be present. Just be present. Just don't try to get through this. This is going to be what it is. It takes as long as it takes. And instead of trying to put your mind onto what I'm going to do next, just keep your mind where it is now. You know, be present. Slow down, be present. This is, look at this. Look at this. This is the second bag. You know, a couple of years ago, I would have just been, oh my God, maybe I can pay somebody to do this. Like, I would probably, you know, constantly try to find another way to do it as fast as possible. But, you know, man, it's, slow down, be patient, it's all good. It'll take as long as it takes. And just, I don't know, it's weird. In a weird way, I'm enjoying it. The only thing is, though, I've got sand stuck in these little these holes where the bolts are going to go to hold that plate on. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get that out. But yeah, I'll figure that out. But yeah, man, I'm going to get back to doing this. It's probably going to take another half hour or so, but it's all good. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to be present. But yeah, I'll talk to you